It is that time of the week where I give you guys my NFL picks and predictions. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, like I mentioned, some NFL. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe by hitting the big red subscribe button down below and turning on my post notifications by clicking the bell icon down below. And while you're at it, follow me on my social media links down below and on the screen for my Twitter, my Instagram. But with that being said, let's talk about this week's NFL picks. So sorry, guys, I'm a little late. I tweeted to you guys that I wasn't gonna be able to get to the video until later this week. It's just been hectic scheduling for me. But quickly, let's recap last week and how I did. So a pretty mediocre week, 8-7 is what I went. So last week, again, this 2 weeks in a row where I'm not, super happy. There was a bunch of upsets, folks. I mean, who saw the Colts beating the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football? By the way, I'm out in my survival pool as well. I knew I should have went the Eagles over the Jets. That was the easiest pick ever, but for some reason I thought Sam Darnold was going to play last week, and I forgot to change it out. So I had the Chiefs beating the Colts, and the Colts somehow, after losing to the Raiders, come around and they beat the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. So just a weird week. Broncos beating the Chargers. Just some of this stuff was just so unpredictable. But with that being said, that brings my record overall in the season to 47-27-1. So still obviously decent, but I'm trying to obviously get much better at it. So with that being said, I'm going to give you guys my picks for every single week 6 game for you guys with the spread as well. So let's get started. So because I made this video a little later than I usually do, the Thursday night game actually is going on right now while I'm recording this video. But again, I'm going to be fully transparent. I have the New England Patriots winning this game. Okay, so I'm not going to just back off that pick. And again, not too much analysis here with, of course, the Patriots just having a much better team right now. And for the Giants, I mean, no Evan Ingram, no Sterling Shepard, no Saquon Barkley. I mean, Daniel Jones is going to go out there with virtually his second string team. It's in Foxborough. This should be an easy win for the Patriots. Again, could the Giants make it a game? You've seen crazier things happen, but I don't believe so. So I'm going to go with the Patriots. Again, I don't want to watch the game and tell you guys this, but that would have been my prediction had I made this video a little earlier. So with that being said, that's the Thursday night game. Let's move on to the Sunday night game. We'll start with the London game this week. We've got the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And again, I say at, but this is not a home game for either team. They're in London, and the spread is -2 in favor of Carolina. Now, last week, I bet against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they ended up proving me wrong here. So I am actually going to go ahead and pick the Bucs here. Christian McCaffrey was a little banged up. You saw him on the injury report. And I just feel like Christian McCaffrey is getting a little bit tired now with all the workload that he's been carrying. The Tampa Bay offense has been clicking, folks. They are starting to get real hot. Okay, Chris Godwin, my God, he has become a beast, a true 1B to Mike Evans, okay? So they're clicking on all cylinders. I know Mike Evans didn't really do anything last week, but the offense overall is clicking. I like the Bucs here just because I feel like Christian McCaffrey has just been, carrying a tremendous workload, and I feel like the Carolina Panthers have been overachieving a little bit with Kyle Allen at quarterback. So give me the Bucs over there. So again, the spread is in favor of the Panthers, so just give me the Bucs straight up. Let's move on to the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. The spread is -11 in favor of the Ravens who are at home. I will take those points and swallow them because here's the thing, folks. The Bengals are hot garbage, okay? Last week, I made the mistake of picking them at home against a lowly Arizona Cardinal team, starting a rookie quarterback with a rookie head coach, and they didn't win any games, and they couldn't beat them, okay? So to me, I'm done. Not picking the Bengals. Probably won't pick them all year. Ravens, Lamar Jackson should run all over this team. Mark Ingram should as well. They can't stop anybody. I mean, the Bengals defense is just awful. They're an absolute revolving door. And so is their offensive line. So the Ravens pass rush should be able to get through all day, and Andy Dalton should be on his back all day long. So give me the Ravens in this one. Let's move on to the Seattle Seahawks at the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Browns got embarrassed on Monday Night Football. Everybody saw that. But somehow the Seahawks are only favored by 1.5 in this game. That is telling you something. Vegas is trying to tell you, bet on the Browns in this one. Now, I don't have that much conviction on the Browns to pick them to win this game, but I will certainly say it won't be a blowout. It's certainly going to be close here. Look, it's an unpredictable league. Teams get embarrassed and they bounce back. I believe the Browns will obviously clean some things up. They can't do that bad, how bad they did on Monday Night Football against 49ers. They just can't. Seattle's hot right now, so I'll still pick them to win this game. It's a weird spread, -1.5. If it was like 2 or 3, I would have taken the Browns with the points for sure. But I'll still take the Seahawks and the points, but I think it'll be close, okay? Let's move on to the Saints at the Jaguars, and the spread is -1 in favor of actually the Jaguars. Now, Saints are another team that have been proving me wrong. Teddy Bridgewater had an incredible game last week. I thought Teddy Bridgewater, who's a pop gun armed quarterback, wasn't really going to be able to do much. Nope, goes out, throws 4 touchdowns, and wins that game. So, with that being said, in this game, I'm going to go with the Saints, actually. The Jaguars are favored, but Gardner Minshew and company, they've been a little up and down. Again, they couldn't beat the Panthers last week with Kyle Allen starting at quarterback. They couldn't stop Christian McCaffrey, so how are they going to stop Alvin Kamara, okay? So to me, they're going to have trouble here. I know the Saints are on the road, but I think they're clicking even with Teddy Bridgewater because of Sean Payton and this offense that he's built. So give me the Saints to win this game against the Jaguars. Let's move on to the Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs. And my God, this might be the game of the week. This is going to be a shootout, okay? Chiefs, Texans, Mahomes, Watson, Hopkins, Fuller. If Tyreek Hill plays, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey. There's weapons on weapons in this game. The spread is -5 in favor of the Chiefs, who are at home, and they will be motivated coming off a unexpected loss to the Colts on Sunday Night Football. But and I believe the Chiefs will win this game, but give me the Texans with the points. 5 is way too large. I believe this will be a very close game, like a 2 or 3 point game. It's going to be a shootout. It'll be close. Both teams are very evenly matched up. Kansas City's got a little bit worse of a defense, but give me the better offense to me, and of course the better quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. But I will take Houston with the points. Okay. Let's move on to from the best game to perhaps the worst game of the week. We've got the Washington Redskins at the Miami Dolphins, 2 of the seller teams, 2 of the bottom feeders in the NFL right now. The spread is -3.5 in favor of the Redskins, who just fired their head coach, Jay Gruden. Give me the Dolphins in this one, folks. They're at home. Josh Rosen has actually not looked bad the last few games. His receivers just can't catch balls, okay? That's not really his fault. They're at home. Dolphins are going to play with a little pride. I believe the starting quarterback is going to be Case Keenum again for the Redskins. They're on the road. Give me the Dolphins. I think they pick up their first win of the year, okay? Let's move on to the Eagles at the Vikings. Spread is -3 in favor of the Minnesota Vikings. And the Vikings coming off a, I wouldn't say a big win because they beat the Giants, but a much-needed win in which they got their receivers involved in Adam Thielen and of course, Stephon Diggs. So Adam Thielen had a much bigger game. Kirk Cousins finally played well. So the passing offense finally did well. And they should have another good game because the Eagles secondary is hot garbage, okay? So Kirk Cousins should be able to throw all over them. But give me the Eagles in this one. Even though the Vikings are at home in this one, I think the Eagles can come in here and they can actually put up some points on this Minnesota Vikings team. I like Carson Wentz. They should have their pass catchers. Now, again, if the pass catchers are not healthy, I believe most of them should be coming back. Then that changes things. Then I might take the Vikings here. But I just feel like the Eagles are a better overall team. So this is one of those instances where the Vikings could look at last week and they could become pass happy, and Kirk Cousins goes back and turns into Kirk Cousins, okay? And he turns the ball over. So I'll take the Eagles straight up in this one to win the game against the Minnesota Vikings. Let's move on to the Atlanta Falcons at the Arizona Cardinals. So the Falcons have looked like trash. The Cardinals just picked up their first win. Both these teams can't stop one another, but I'll go with the team with more weapons. The Falcons, even though they're on the road right now, it'll be a dome matchup. Matt Ryan in a dome is always a good. Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Austin Hooper, who's been balling out for the Falcons. The spread is -2.5. Give me the Falcons with the spread, with the points, in this one. I like the Cardinals. Kyler Murray's got a bright future, but no Christian Kirk possibly, no David Johnson possibly. He was limited in practice, so you'll literally just have, Larry Fitzgerald and Chase Edmonds. That's not going to be enough. The Falcons win this game in a high-scoring affair straight up. Give me the points as well. Let's move on to the 49ers at the Rams. So another overreaction to Monday Night Football where the 49ers look really good. And they are good. They're better, but they haven't really played anybody, okay? The Browns have been very inconsistent. So good win, but the Rams are at home. Division game. Give me the Los Angeles Rams to win this one. They're favored by 3.5 in this one. I'll take the San Francisco 49ers and the points because it'll be close. This might be a 1 or 2 point game, but give me the Rams straight up to win this game. They're the better team with, to me, a slightly better head coach. And at this time right now, obviously the offensive side of the ball, the Rams are just a little bit better, but the 49ers are coming. But give me the Rams. I still think they're an overall better football team, though I'm a little worried about their defense, especially their secondary. Let's move on to the Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. And boy, is this going to be a snooze fest, okay? Very low total. Broncos at home favored by 2.5 in this one. And this is just going to be one of those, grinded out running games. And here's the thing. I don't have a good hunch on either of these teams. The Titans are so inconsistent. They lost to the Bills last week. And then now you've got the Broncos on the road. So Titans, literally, they win every week and then they win one week and then they lose the next week. And if you follow the pattern here, that tells you that they're going to go on the road and beat the Broncos. So I guess that's what I'll take. But I hate both of these teams. I'm not a big fan of them. But give me the Tennessee Titans on the road just because, again, this is who they are. The Broncos' offense isn't very good. They just were able to catch a Chargers team that was trying to incorporate Melvin Gordon, and it just threw off the rhythm, folks. They should have just stuck with Austin Eckler and stopped trying to force Melvin Gordon in, but that's another story for another day. But again, don't have a good hunch in this one. But I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. Let's move on to the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Jets. The Jets are getting Sam Darnold back. Hallelujah, Jet fans. That was abysmal watching Luke Falk trying to quarterback for your team. Thank God this will actually be a competitive game. So the spread is -7.5 in favor of the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys will win this game. They just have an overall better football team. But I will take the Jets and the points. 7.5 is just way too much for a Jet team that's still, now they're getting the quarterback back, that still has Le'Veon Bell, still has Jamison Crowder, Robbie Anderson, and their defense should pick up a little bit because they don't have to be on the field so much with good quarterback play finally coming for the Jets. So give me the Cowboys to win, but I will take the Jets with the points. Let's move on to the Steelers at the Chargers, the Sunday Night Football game. -7 in favor of the Chargers. Now the Steelers will not have their quarterback Mason Rudolph, who's dealing with a concussion. So they're starting a third-string quarterback. I can't even remember his name at this point. But here's the thing: the Steelers are just an injury-ravaged mess right now. The Chargers are at home. They're the better team. They have Melvin Gordon back. But again, if they incorporate him right, they should be able to utilize him correctly. But now Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen still there. Chargers should be able to win this game fairly easily. -7, again, I would take the Chargers. It feels like a lot, but you know what? I'll just go with it. I'm going to take the Chargers with the points. They should be able to win this game for sure by a touchdown, folks. The Steelers are just injury-ravaged at this point, starting a third-string quarterback, okay? So let's go with the Chargers there. And then finally, Monday Night Football. Lions at the Packers. Wow. We've got an NFC North Division game. -5 in favor of Green Bay. Now, very interesting game. The Lions have been a surprise this year so far. They almost, of course, beat the Kansas City Chiefs, so they can't be taken lightly. But the Packers have been very good as well. So, again, -5, that's a little too much. I think I'll still take Green Bay because they're at home. They're the better football team with the better quarterback, with the better running game at this point. But no Devontae Adams. Arguably, we don't know yet if he's going to play. Lions could win this game, folks. They could steal this game, but I'm going to be safe here. I'll pick the Packers, but give me the Lions with the points. -5 is just way too much. The Lions are a good football team. So there you have it, folks. Those are my picks for Week 6 of the NFL season. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.